Hello everyone, welcome back to a new episode of Final Fantasy XVI. Last time we left off, we finished off all the side content that I think we need to do. So I think we're just moving here to Origin. Awoken from its slumber beneath the foundations of Twinside, this corrupted construct now looms over the Twins. It forms a bruise on the very heavens. Let go.
Make sure you do this time. Oh, and while you're at it... Clive, if you see me dad up there, tell him we were right to leave his legacy with you.
Tell him he'll be in the front row. There's no way he'd miss this.
It's true.
Well, behave yourself, Mitt.
We'll see.
Tion's like,
So, you're in charge now, Gav.
And what does Taya have to say about that? Come back before she finds out, eh?
Thank you, Yote. I'm sorry.
Your Grace, I shall pray for your safe return.
That's kind of you. But you should pray he took his medicine. I didn't spend all night grinding herbs for his lordship to leave them on his nightstand. Again.
You needn't fear, Lady Taya. And thank you.
See that your brother comes back in one piece. Or, at most, two. Any more and you can heal him yourself.
I'll keep that in mind.
Well, there's nothing to say that hasn't already been said. But that's never stopped me before, so just you do what needs doing. And don't worry about us.
We'll do our best, Uncle.
That we will.
If that is all?
Not quite.
even one of the Undying Friends is here.
Jill.
It's time, isn't it?
It is. Take care of him. And you. You take care of her too, boy.
Torgal is not coming with us.
Don't forget, Clive. We all choose our own path. Believe in yours. I do.
I'll be back. I promise. I love you, Jill.
I know. I love you too.
Now, we have a god to kill.
Woof. Oh my god, that scene actually hits pretty hard. Jeez. I'm normally sorry to pause this incredibly awesome scene. I'm normally somebody that usually gets affected by like music being paired with an emotional scene very well. And that song there, phenomenal choice. That was a fantastic choice. It was also just nice to see like Gav kind of choking up. Jill. The scene with Clive and Jill was obviously fantastic. Seeing all of our other friends there, and the big thing for me that really adds a lot of weight to this is a lot of the characters are just assuming that they're not going to come back. Which is like realistic in a way that these games normally aren't. I mean, they are straight up going to go fight a god, so it's kind of refreshing that they're not like, don't worry, we're going to come back and we're going to have like a great feast and everything. People don't know what's going to happen, and that shows. And I don't know, that just makes the scene a lot better in my opinion. Just the fact that everybody's like, I may never see this person again. And like I said, they are going with the assumption that they're not going to make it back. It seemed a few of them were, so. Yeah, well done scene. God, Bahamut looks so cool. But yeah, when the music kicked in with Jill and Clive, I was like, oh, my heart.
Here they come! Hold on, Joshua! Already am! A way in.
I do love me a good remixed prelude. I love preludes so much. Such a good staple of the franchise.
So, this is Origin.
A far cry from heaven.
Where it all began. Where it all begins. Our ark. Your architect.
There you are.
It was here that we slumbered. Here that we waited for centuries, clinging to our decrepit shell, for fear that we might have need of it once again. But you have come at last. And now we shall be truly complete.
Well, there's 3 of us and 1 of him. Let's make it count.
Yeah, let's go. Oh, we're priming straight away.
We will show you what it means to suffer.
Ifrit, Phoenix, and Bahamut. Yeah. Boom. Alright, time for our big crazy final set piece battle. I was wondering if we were going to have a single one-on-one fight with him again or not, but... Oh god, we're getting bodied. Oh, you can't beat a good headbutt. Headbutts are too strong.
Move aside, Phoenix! You will answer for what you've done! You freeze! You cannot control us!
The combo attacks.
And you will not claim us!
I was about to say, that was cute, you guys, but we didn't tint that health bar very much, but this might. Spirit Bomb, go! Try disaster? That's wild. Wait, what? What? No, wait, bullshit. Bullshit. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it. We didn't even have the, like, running around the actual combat in icon form part. I refuse. I refuse. I think Ultima's fine. I think that's a fake, and you are liars.
And you only surrendered. This unpleasantness could have been avoided.
That's right, you liars. God, rip the bitrate on this video. I'm glad I upload these at 1440p. We love a good beam clash, though.
Now, Father, it is done.
No, Dion. I love you, Dion. No! I knew that couldn't have been it, because that was basically just a QTE cutscene. Like, I occasionally pressed a button at different points, but I was like, this can't be it. There's no way. Alright, we really need to hit up that hyperbolic time chamber, Joshua.
Clive! Clive! No.
We could really use our last minute power increase through some bullshit right about now. Is there like super powered herb around here? Are the Dragon Balls here? Like, I need something. I don't know if it's gonna work if we go at Ultima again.
Did I mention you look terrible?
That makes two of us.
Oh, I'll be alright.
And Dion. Take my hand.
No, I told you, I'll be...
Come on.
Thank you.
Press on.
Always.
Well, we're not looking so good, but this is about as final area of an RPG as we can get. we got floating, we got bridges going over nothing. We got advanced architecture from a superior ancient race.
Sorry about Dion.
Don't be. Please. He did what he had to do.
And it's time we did the same.
So is our answer to this just going to be combining? Because that's all I can really think of.
Should we stop?
Because of the cough. No, I think we're past that, Clive.
I suppose we are.
It's a good line.
That light, so cold. So empty. We're close, aren't we?
It, seems that way. But I don't want to think what could be waiting for us in there.
Then think instead of those waiting for us at home. Clive.
They can't be.
But they are. This is the Nexus. A wellspring of life. Yours and ours. As we watch the world stumble slowly to its dark end, it was here we pledged a new beginning. And now, with the ether we have harvested, I shall raise my kin from their eternal slumber. That together we may usher in a new age of reason.
This was never about creation. Only self-preservation. You condemned an entire world so that you alone might escape death.
Alone. Him. Alone. Clive. I think I understand.
He's lonely?
They sacrificed their flesh to become beating hearts of crystal that pumped the land's lifeblood from the depths of the earth unto this very chamber. And thus would they labor still, long after their work was done, had you not set them free.
You meant for us to destroy the mother crystals. It's what you wanted all along.
Hey, I kind of called that one.
Gratitude, Mythos. In this you have served us well. You have both served us well. Welcome home, brother.
Joshua.
I thought it was me, but it wasn't my grasp that grew weaker. It was theirs that grew stronger.
Joshua! No!
And now we can become one.
Okay, sorry, I gotta pause it here. That's an interesting twist, that the Ultima that we saw that specifically went inside Joshua was just a second Ultima. That's interesting, and also the reveal that that they wanted us to destroy the crystals. That makes a lot of sense, given how everything was set up in the story. So. Well, now how can we possibly win?
Clive.
Don't speak. Shh.
The one possessed of the destructive flames of Ifrit, and the healing flames of the Phoenix. This, I once believed, would be Ultima's true form. But I was wrong. I see it now. Why you will never become Ultima's vessel.
I don't care. Just hold on.
Listen to me, Clive. You remember the murals? People once knew that Ultima was their god. That he created them. And they worshipped him, prayed to him, looked to him for guidance.
In vain.
In vain. For he did not listen, did not acknowledge our will, and so we strayed from his path to forge one of our own. So absorbed was he in his own desires, so driven by his own will alone, that he shunned the one thing that could have made him truly powerful. Faith. The same faith people now place in you. Faith that you will fulfill their dream, Sid's dream, of creating a better world for us. Faith that you will follow in Father's footsteps and save those who need saving most. Faith that you will answer Jill's plea to save yourself. The difference is, Clive, that you chose to listen, and that is what has steeled our bonds. Bonds that helped you stand firm when Ultima's pull was at its strongest. His power may be absolute, but so is ours. And so will yours be. with my light in your heart, not even a god might stop us.
Joshua! Don't do it, you'll...
Enough, Clive. My body is too far gone. If the wound does not take me, the curse will. I have always been proud to call you my shield. But now, it is the world that needs you. Thank you, Clive, for being my brother.
Look at me, Joshua. Open your eyes! Open your eyes, Damien! Why? Why did you do this? Joshua! Joshua!
And thus does the final piece fall into place. The incantation primed, but one task remains. To empty the vessel.
I can definitely feel, because I have heard that the voice actor for Clive said the reason why he got so into the role was that he lost his own father during the events of recording this, so he was kind of familiar with the loss and a lot of the struggles and pain that Clive was going through. I definitely feel like you can feel it there, because that was some true blue ugly crying coming out of Clive there. And props to this game for actually showing men cry too. It's definitely something the world is starting to get over, especially with media and stuff, but it's totally normal. I noticed Gav was crying earlier when he was hugging Clive goodbye, so props for that. Oh cool, we're fighting on the Kingdom Heart things.
Still here. With me to the end.
Even now, you would deny the inevitable.
That's what you always have. And always will. On this, my sword, I swear, to shield the Firebird's flame forevermore.
Alright, you actually downgraded in size compared to Ifrit. Hello. Whoop. Eat that, you bastard. Diamond dust. Boom. Oh my god, that's some damage. There's another form of you. This form has too little HP. It has way too little HP. Flare, huh? I'm good. Uh-huh. God, that frostbite is so good. Uh-huh.
This is the work of my will.
Ooh, you have Holy! I was wondering if Holy was ever gonna show up. I mean, Bahamut was light, so if Bahamut didn't have it, I didn't know who was, but you make sense.
Countless centuries have I waited for this moment. This moment in which I might revel in my creation, only to find it profaned and so it must be cleansed. Unexpected. How is it that your will yet endures?
Because it's not so easily broken.
But it can be broken. And I shall see it so. For such is my will.
Try it.
I will say, one thing I actually don't like about the Ultima redesign here. Ultima definitely looked more like kind of alien and otherworldly before, but now they kind of just look like every other Final Fantasy antagonist. The white hair, the same kind of looking face and everything. They lost a little bit of their individuality by losing their kind of alien appearance.
What latent force feeds these flames?
Because their face totally looks more human here.
I sense more here than mere will. Is this Logos? Have you truly become free? No, I forbid it.
You are not a god. You are but flesh and bone. You are not one of us.
I created you, all of you. And what is mine is mine to destroy.
Oh, okay.
Perhaps. But we are no longer yours. Our flames are our own, and they burn as one!
Yeah. But yeah, you see what I mean about the design. The design lost a little bit of the uniqueness once you became your perfect form, which I guess maybe you could read into as they... I don't know, like after achieving their all of their forms, they became this perfect form, but I kind of like when you had the sort of alien look.
Damned is the slave who will turn the scourge upon his master.
Oh, I gotta remember how to play. Uh-huh. What are my other abilities? Spit Flare? I don't even remember what that is. What was Spit Flare? Heat Rush, Split Flare. Okay. Release a massive stream of flames that sears anything in its path. Potency of finishing explosion. Okay, so it's just big damage. Whereas Brimstone... R2 plus square... Hold to increase the barrier duration as well as the resulting explosion size and strength. Barrier explosion is also triggered upon being struck by an enemy attack. Okay. There we go. So I can use it as like a barrier, basically. Although that's not the best thing to do with it. Smite, huh? There we go. Uh-huh. Antistrophe is a... Damn, okay. That's an ability name. Whoop, I did that wrong. I'm screwing up here. There we go, that's what we want to see. Okay. Light speed, hit him with a Spit Flare. Big damage. Uh-huh. Could have built that up a little bit more. And... kablooey! There we go. The Rapture. Yeah, that makes sense. They certainly created a pretty bombastic final boss fight. Stellar Zeiston. Oh my god, you got all the crazy moves, friend.
You cannot best me.
Very, very cute thinking I was gonna get hit by that. Ow. There we go. Where'd you go? Oh, cutscene.
With fire shall fire be repaid.
Press the attack. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Purgatorium soon? And how long? Oh, I screwed up my... Uh-oh, that's not good. Uh-huh. 40? Oh, okay. We got time. Let's go ahead and unleash one of these just to get as much damage potential as we possibly can here. Alright. Uh-huh. Oh my god, please stop doing that. Big damage. Whoop. So close. Uh-huh. Pop it. think that's gonna be enough to break you. Mm-hmm. I tried to use my attack there. No! I tried. Oh god, that didn't work how I wanted it to. Ow, it's gonna knock me away. I am gonna have to use a firelight. I was gonna try not to, but... There we go. Whoop. Get it? Finally we fought another Risen character, Ultima Risen. For so long it was Titan that was the only one that we had fought like this. Oh, I totally whiffed that. I pressed the straight up wrong button to dodge. Boom. I was trying to use my whatchamacallit, the block there, but we'll just get big damage. Row, row, fight the power.
No. 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 My will is inviolable. Something is wrong.
You're afraid. You always have been. From the moment the Blight exposed what you were, weak, you conceived us to prove otherwise. But the results shook you to the core. For in us you saw yourself, and realized we had the potential to be more than you could ever be. And so you turned your back on your creation. Your back on the world, like the coward you are.
You think you know me? You know nothing, Logos. Nothing.
Phase, what are we on, 4 now? If you count the cutscene battle. Yeah, see, I like this look way more. Damn it, Clive, we let him become perfect Ultima.
Bathed in light, I stand above you, my rebirth complete. And you, for your defiance, shall pay the proper price. An eternity of anguish.
Anguish. Pain. Suffering. You have known none of these. But we have. So we know what they grant. They bring us together. And that makes us strong.
Ah, back to foot for this one. Big punch. Uh-huh. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Oh. There we go, that's what I wanted. Go ahead and hit you with one of these. God, Shiva's so good. Oh! He grabbed me! Oh! Nope. There we go. Luckily that attack is really, really easy to dodge. Okay, go ahead and hit you with that. There we go. We just busted you. Go ahead and use this just to get the extra stagger. And bang. Ultimalius. Quite the name. Alright. Get that pile drive in there? Yeah. Where'd you go? Oh. Don't you dare hold his staff. How dare you stand where he stood? Big punch, yes please. Oh! Hold on. I'm just getting hype and referencing everything.
It is not yours to take.
Boom. Boom. There, Shiva. Was waiting when you would start to use best icon. Uh-huh. Whoa. Severance, no. Oh, I thought you were coming at me, no! I thought that was a charge. It was not a charge. Whoop. There we go. Thank you for doing your job. Big punch. Giga Flare. And I have a Diamond Dust up my ass ready for you next turn. Next turn? This isn't a turn-based battle. You have a lot of HP, I'll give you that. Hey, you just got back up. How about you get knocked down again?
That's my boy!
Hey, Byron got a moment.
Ice on feeling.
Shiva!
Together!
darkness, unending. Odin.
Onward, my son.
No, mine is the altar at which you pray. Mine are the eyes that look down upon you all.
Uh-oh, limit break.
And yet still you cannot see. You are no better than us. We are one and the same.
We are not the same. No man might stand beside me. Not. Witness my creation.
One thing that I thought would be really, really cool in this fight, and it doesn't seem like it's going to happen, at least at this point, they've referenced Leviathan the Lost before. What would have been really, really cool is if Ultima has access to that. We can't, but if Ultima could, wouldn't that be really, really cool? So that's how you see Leviathan? That would have been super neat, I think. Because it was lost in our time, but maybe Ultima knows of Leviathan. So that would have been a cool twist. It's like, oh yeah, Ultima gets one of the icons that you don't have access to. Here we go.
When all hope is burned away, naught will remain but ash.
I just thought that would be cool to do. That's the only reason I did it. And to be fair, it looks really cool. I got nothing out of that, but it just looks cool. Cool points. Get on him, Impulse. Whoop. Whoop. Go ahead and pop my second potion of this fight. Oh god, you're using Ultima. Nope. Nope, stop that. I think that's encompassing the whole field? No. Okay, I was gonna try and stop you that way. But I could not. Okay. I tried to just spam to break you. Honestly, I'm happy I didn't, just so we could see it, but... There we go, you are using your namesake. Uh-huh. There we go. Staggered. Hit him with the Giga. Come on, 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 come on. Not gonna be quite enough. Still put a pretty hefty dent in you, though. Your magic pixel.
With me, Phoenix.
Holy shit. Blackthorn, I gotta hand it to you on this sword.
So sure of your place atop the world, you refuse to acknowledge those below. You chose to remain alone. And So you shunned the one thing that could have made you stronger. Pushed away the hands that could have raised you higher.
I do not need you, you or anyone.
And that is where we are different. I could not have made it here on my own. I carry with me the hopes and dreams of my brothers, my sisters. And it is they who will give me the strength to end your reign.
I cannot end.
That was a really, really cool way to end it. I was like, well, if I get the opportunity to, I'm gonna do Big Punch to end it. And I did, and I cut you off.
The world you seek is but a fantasy.
The only fantasy here is yours. And we shall be its final witness.
Ah, they said the thing.
I said, it's over.
Yes, big punch, big punch, big punch. What happens if you fail this QTE? Does it just sit there? Okay, come on, big punch. I support big punch. I support big punch to finish it. I imagine if you just don't press the buttons, it just sits there. I have to imagine so. I have to imagine so. Alright, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. I like how they threw in there's but one fantasy here, and it's like I forgot what Clive said. There's but one fantasy here, and it's yours, and it's about to be your final, or something like that. Final fantasy. Good stuff. Good stuff. Oh, hey, your tummy grew back.
Tell me, what do you imagine will befall this world now that you have gained your precious freedom?
I honestly don't know. But I doubt it will be pretty. A sorry tale of sin and suffering, hardship and pain.
And it was for this that you fought so fiercely? Why?
It's who we are. We fight. We survive. We endure. We don't need a reason. We are imperfect creatures. When we stumble, we reach for a shoulder to lean on. When we fall, we stand back up. We see the horizon, ever out of reach, and still we march on. Certain the answers lie just beyond it. Because that is our way.
My congratulations. Relish this victory, knowing that you have but delayed the inevitable. Your world is already dead. May you enjoy an eternity on its blackened husk.
Salty till the end. It is pretty ironic that the person that they made specifically to be their get out of jail vessel at the end of it all is the one that ended up killing them. Funny that. Wow, look at black-haired Byron. Young Byron. Oh, you can do that. I never even thought about it. Oh, I thought you were returning his powers to him, but you just healed him with the Phoenix's power, I guess.
It seems Ultima's power was too great for this vessel all along. But while I have it,
Oh.
perhaps I can use it to set things right. and see Ultima's legacy. Bearers, dominance, crystals, magic, consigned to the flames. Even if it means the end of me. These are our terms.
It's striking me that I don't think I've ever even seen Clive's hand before. He's always been wearing gauntlets or gloves. Also, the fact that you said it seems like this vessel wasn't enough for Ultima's power, does that mean you're just succumbing to the curse, or you're kind of just dying for other reasons? I imagine it means succumbing to the curse, but I didn't see any petrification going on. Oh. Okay, wait. Wait. Okay, he's alive. I was wondering. It is interesting if it is the curse. Because we haven't seen Clive affected by the curse the entire time. Oh my god, it is. Woof. So it is the curse. I mean, I was wondering about that because we have not seen Clive have any effects from the curse, like basically this entire game. And I mean, he has been a bearer, you know, for a while, and then he was slinging around like all kinds of different magic. I thought it would have affected him by now, but yeah. Because, I mean, there were bearers that were just lighting a furnace every day and getting the curse happening to them, so... Crazy that it took this long.
Aren't you the most beautiful thing? He is, isn't he? What are you gonna call him?
Let me see, let me see. Oh, read little one. Got a smile for your Uncle Gav.
Not so loud, you burp.
What? I was only... Shh.
You're scaring him. It's all right.
Oh.
A sky of scattered tears. 1,000 years apart. Should they fade, I will not be afraid of the dark.
Woof.
If you need a rest, I can take him.
I'll hold you to that.
The world's yours now. Yours to do with as you please. That's what Sid wanted. That's what they both wanted.
And thus did our journey end.
Oof. Alright. That appears to be it. I was thinking about the moon, the red moon specifically, going out. Because they've always had that red moon, and they've mentioned it before as like, oh yeah, we have 2 moons. I'm pretty sure, unless I'm thinking of a different game. And I hope I'm not. But gods, I've played so many. And I'm wondering what the actual connection to that is, because I'm like, I mean, there's only one moon. If there was a moon for like each icon, and we saw like the red one go out, that would have made more sense to me. But I forget exactly the specifics of that red moon. So that interests me, and I have a question about that, but obviously Jill knew Clive was dead then. Maybe it was like a symbolic thing, or she saw a red light go out and she just knew, or something like that. I'm gonna have to look it up. I'm gonna have to look it up, I think, just because it's gonna bother me if I'm missing like a little, if I forgot about a detail like that. But it was sweet that we got to see Gav at the end with the kid and everything, and it's kind of refreshing in a way. I'm one of those people that like, I like when the hero gets their hero's end. I almost hate, well, I sometimes I do hate for a game to hype it up as like, or a show or media or anything, to hype it up that this character has died and make you feel things and make you sad and make you get over the loss of this character that you like so much, only for them to just later be like, haha, JK, their body landed somewhere and their hand is moving, and that's what you get at the end. Like, sure, it's nice to do sometimes, but for the longest time that was always happening, and it was like, you would never just let the hero die doing what they wanted to do, succeeding in their goal. There always had to be that tease at the end that, oh, they are actually alive, which we might still get that right now. I'm not totally sure if we're going to yet or not. But yeah, I like when the game actually lets your characters die. Or like I said, any media. If we want to get into specifics, I can get into specifics, because there's one very good one I can think of. But let's move on to other things. So, good video game. Absolutely not what I expected at all. I expected more RPG elements in it, but there really wasn't. It really was just like kind of a character action game. Like, you could marginally build your character with the skill tree, but it was really just picking which icons you wanted to go with. But you couldn't really affect your stats or anything like that, so it wasn't really an RPG. It really was just kind of, you know, jumping around, hack and slash, character action game, DMC, Bayonetta and stuff, which makes sense with the person that designed the combat. But I expected something a little closer to Final Fantasy VII Remake, I guess, which, honestly, choosing between the two, I would choose this one over FF7 Remake, just because I feel you can do a lot more with this system. Because this system leans completely one way. The problem with Final Fantasy VII Remake system, in my experience, and what a lot of other people have mentioned, is it tries to be turn-based and it tries to be character action, so it doesn't super succeed at being either of them, basically. Whereas if it just leaned into one or the other, it would be way better at doing what it sets out to do. But they tried to please both audiences by having it be like a mixture of both, which is a cool idea. But I feel that this particular game shows that if you just lean completely into the character action, sure, you lose the character customization and RPG elements, but you gain all of these cool things that you can do, as we saw there. So, yeah, I would definitely say the combat got probably just because of how long the game was, because character action games are usually pretty short. The combat got a little bit stale at the end as I kind of learned how to do things, so I found myself going through the same motions of, okay, pile drive, or diamond dust, pile drive, if I can land a counter with Raging Fist. When they're down, I hit them with this, and I hit them with that, and then I Mega Flare, and that's why I tried to swap around icons a lot, because I could tell from the beginning that it was going to get old if I didn't mix it up a little bit. And it did definitely start to get stale there a little bit at the end, but part of that is because I was doing all of the side quests. But there's a reason character action games are usually short, in my opinion, much like there's a reason horror games are usually short. Because the combat will get old if it goes on too much. Of course, with some character action games, and of course with this as well, there's that sense of like you need to get to the peak level that you possibly can experience-wise, so you can do just absolutely crazy things, and I'm sure people have done that in this, and I'm sure people are going to. It's not for me, though. I don't particularly like that kind of thing. I've never been good at it, and people can probably tell by watching this that it's just not something that I'm normally very good at. But I had a fun time with it. Like I said, the way I was playing it, it definitely got stale. That being said, I think if I did the little challenge missions, those were fun, specifically because they made me do different things. I couldn't just lean on my normal stuff that I do. It made me do different things. It threw me into different circumstances. If I started getting into like the score attack levels and had to worry about score and what abilities are best for that, that would have made it more interesting. But as far as just doing the side quest and beating up like a spongy Coeurl or something, yeah, it started to get a little bit old. Not to say that makes the game bad, at all. I think the game is very good, and I think it's cool that Final Fantasy is kind of going in this direction. I know some people are against it, but there's plenty of cool indie turn-based games out there. Leave that to the indies. Leave that to the indies. They do a damn good job of it. So I'm perfectly fine if this is where Final Fantasy wants to go next. I know people that played Final Fantasy XIV really appreciated this game because you could point at half the bosses and be like, oh hey, it's the boss from Final Fantasy XIV. So that's the thing, but we're gonna fast forward through these credits a little bit here. But yeah, very good game. Definitely got attached to a fair few of the characters. Kind of hard not to when you play a game this long. I was the same way at the end of, like Xenoblade and stuff. And usually with games, when they are this long, I am ready for them to end at the end, because I usually try to do as much as I can. I'm never someone that wants to rush the ending, but I do not like games to overstay their welcome, and I do like games to end at an appropriate time. Those are my big things. And I think maybe this ended at a perfect time story-wise, definitely. I think a few of the side quests probably could have been trimmed a little bit, just to make it a little bit shorter of an experience. Of course, like I said, I could just not do them. So I'm asking for content to be taken out of the game when I could just not do it anyway. So that's more of a me problem, for sure. But I think some of the side quests, at least some of the earlier ones, could have been more interesting. I have the same complaint about Final Fantasy VII Remake. There's like a kill rats quest or something.
Oh. Every time.
Will you light it?
Yes, Mother.
Look at them, no magic.
Come on. If only I had the flames of an icon.
Icon? Have you been reading that silly story again? Magic belongs in fairy tales, and fairy tales don't boil kettles. You see? Well done. Now, be a good lad, and play with your brother until supper.
Come on, hurry. Hurry. All right.
Puppy! Another remix.
No, I don't want to be Madu. What do you want to play then? War of the Icons. Again? Oh, right. Did I get to be a freak? Right.
Oh.
I'm the older brother. Because Bahamut says so.
That's incredibly fucking adorable. Points at the puppy because Bahamut said so. Oh. Joshua wrote a book about us. Oh? DLC? But where one journey ends. That makes me feel like DLC. Possibly. Or it's just talking about the next game. I don't know. Alright. God, so we've been playing this game for a long, long time. That was last month. And I was already level 32 and had been... Oh, gosh. Long games. New Game Plus is now available from the title screen. This option allows you to start a new game with player and item data carried over from previous completed playthrough. The gameplay mode Final Fantasy is also now available for use exclusively with New Game Plus. Is that like critical for Kingdom Hearts? If you get hit once, you die. Final Fantasy game mode offers the following: increased enemy strength, an increased level player cap, new gear and items, mode exclusive content. Interesting. This mode is recommended for players who wish to test their limits. Mode exclusive content. I wonder what kind of mode exclusive content. Huh. I would be interested to see what the stuff is. Obviously, that is not something that's going to take place in the playthrough, in this YouTube playthrough. But it could be something we're streaming sometime, maybe. But one thing I do want to do, just while I get the rest of my thoughts out here, is make sure no new stuff's popped up. No new stuff's popped up. What is the board I'm missing in Clive's room? Then, if no new side quest popped up in post game, is it for completing New Game Plus? Because I don't have one. It's not for completing the game. Nectar, you don't have anything, right? No, I appear to have them all. Oh, no, I don't. Pandemonium, you! Look at you! There is one I was missing. Oh, well, this is an anticlimax if I ever saw one. Those few souls who were never able to escape from Ash before the skies changed tell of Pandemonium, the king of the orcs who led his fellow beastmen in revolt against Waluder rule. Though his rebellion was swiftly crushed by King Barnabas's armies, many of the orcs who now roam the Twins, sating their appetite for human flesh, bear his markings, suggesting that he still commands his forces today. Well, I mean, it would be rude for me not to go do it. So we're gonna go do that really quickly. This will be a good time for me to get the rest of my thoughts out here. But we gotta look up where they are. Alright, let's go ahead and have our final ride here and get some thoughts out. So, as far as characters go, I've already mentioned that I really loved Mid and Gav in particular. They're absolutely fantastic. Definitely highlights of the entire game for me. I really like Jill and Clive's relationship too, just how we kind of see it throughout the game, but they don't feel the need to have it be front and center at all times, you know? Like, they will allow it to, you know, just kind of happen in the back, in behind the scenes, and you don't need to see everything. I feel like too much media puts way too much emphasis on seeing every single bit of a relationship forming. So, it's nice, and I definitely felt, you know, Jill and Clive's I love you before, you know, Clive left, which makes it even more incredibly sad about what happened to Clive, because it seems he is well and truly dead. So, as for this notorious mark, they are right here. I can't believe I just missed one on the bounty list. So, hey friend. How you doing? They kind of just all blurred together at me at some point. I probably hovered over it at one point and just never actually did it. So. But yeah. Yeah, I really liked the relationships in this.
It's the king of the castle.
Hello, friends. The relationships and everything, just very nice. And I felt like a lot of the characters were written pretty well and everything, so. Good passing marks from me for this and all the storytelling and everything in it. I quite liked it. So now onwards to our next big JRPG whenever or just RPG whenever that happens, because it's definitely gonna happen on this channel. It is. Oh, it's gonna happen. It is. So just go ahead and prepare yourself for that. That is the thing about the combat in this, though. I've been playing this for so long, still not even close to what I would call mastering it. It is definitely a combat system that, one, is very different if you do the main story compared to the arcade missions, and two, just takes a long time to get totally used to everything that the game has to offer. Hello, friends. You just want to go ahead and go down for me. You're my victory lap. You're my downhill jog. Cute. Alright, I'm just gonna go ahead and hit you with one of these if you don't mind. Just go ahead and knock you out of that. Uh-huh. Go ahead and get out of there, please. Owie. There we go. Bang. But the story definitely has parallels to other things I've played too. I won't mention them because obviously that would be spoiling things in those games, even though some of them are like 30 years old and stuff. But if you played a lot of JRPGs, I'm sure you can think about the parallels that I'm drawing from right now. Of course, there are a ton of JRPGs to sift through in your mind, so maybe not. But okay, you did your stupid right. Are you happy? Pandemonium? Oh, that was a sick parry. See, now that is something I would have liked to get better at throughout the game. Parrying. Because you get so much more out of parrying than you do, dodging in this, I feel. Like, it's not a ton more, but if you can just parry a bunch, I definitely feel like Jill's dodge, you definitely get more out of that than you do parrying. You get more out of that than you do anything in this. Alright. I think this is gonna be it here. This is our final time with all of these characters. Always melancholic when you get to the end of a long game like this. I mentioned this in Xenoblade, like, it's weird because you're happy for it to end because you can move on to other things. But you're also kind of bummed because you spent so much time with these characters, getting to know them and everything. 3100 makes more sense. Stained loincloth.
Your reign is at an end.
Is that maybe used for the best belt? I still don't think I have it unlocked, though. So... Alright, back to the hideaway. And we should have a new thing on our wall, I imagine. Might as well go see it, but... As I say at the end of every single one of these long playthroughs, if you've made it to this point, you're a saint, and I don't know how you've put up with me for this long, but I really appreciate it. Especially the people that watch all the way to the end of these long playthroughs, because it takes a lot of patience, and just generally enjoying hearing me talk for several hours. So, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. It makes me feel good. I'm glad I can kind of share these experiences with people and stuff. It wasn't even the thing! I don't know what that thing is. I don't know what that is. Clearing every mission in like the air eat challenges or something? I don't even know. I don't even know. Alright, well. That was one last thing I wanted to do. I wanted to look up the moon thing, didn't I? Okay, so from what I can tell online, there's a lot of talk about specifically what the moon, which is Metia, by the way, specifically going out means. I saw a lot of talk of, like, it being symbolic of Clive's death, because, you know, Jill has mentioned that she prayed to Metia when she was, you know, going through her rough times and everything, and it was kind of, you know, something that she believed in, something that she had faith in, kind of something that kept her grounded and everything. So seeing it dim, you know, was kind of her faith in Clive surviving shaken. I also saw people mention that the moon doesn't totally go out, it just dims, so it can be interpreted that Clive is alive or Clive is dead, but they're just leaving it up to interpretation, which, I mean, I'm totally fine with. There were some very angry people online about this, that they didn't get any closure on whether Clive was dead or not, because it can be interpreted both ways, it seems. But yeah, it seems like Media was just a very specific thing of importance to Jill. And I believe it's someone also mentioned that Media can grant wishes, so that maybe Jill was wishing for Clive to be alive, and she wished that Clive was going to live, and then when Media dimmed, she was like, oh, okay, Clive did not live. I also saw things mentioning that Media is specifically linked to the concept of magic in general, so the idea of Media going out was just, it was basically proof that Ultima was destroyed and magic was gone for the world. It seems like there's a lot of ways to take it, and no one can really decide on any one thing, so it seems it really is up to people to decide. I've mentioned before that I'm totally fine with either way, but I usually personally prefer if a hero has a big, crazy, heroic sacrifice like that they are actually dead, because it adds more weight to it. So my personal headcanon is that Clive has actually passed. So, sorry Clive. Even if he hadn't there, the curse was definitely rapidly progressing, so at best, Clive maybe would have got a little bit more time with everyone before the curse totally took him, possibly? Of course, if he just didn't use magic, I guess it wouldn't spread, really. And it wasn't that far, I guess. We see it in his hand, but he's also kind of laying stiff on the beach, so I'm wondering if there was way more progress under his clothes that we couldn't see. So, maybe he was way worse off than we thought. Because maybe it had just made it up to his hand, but I think they mentioned before that it started at, like, the extremities, so it starts in, like, the hand and the feet. Kinda. We've seen that before, too, with bearers, so. Too long, didn't read. No one can decide what that particular bit of the ending means. So, yeah. Alrighty. Hope you've enjoyed this playthrough. Thanks again for watching. And I'll be back next time for something else.